everyone, my name is Kirsty the Worsty and welcome to my channel. Oh my gosh, you look crazy, Gup. It's crazy how it's going on. So today I have a huge book haul to show you guys. I got some books at Barnes & Noble a couple months ago. I bought some things at the library, and then I have a huge chunk of books that I got from Book Outlet from their Scratch and Dented selection. So here are all the books if you want a preview of them. I tried to hold them all. Shit. It wasn't working out. Alright, so let's just get right into it. So the first book I want to talk about is probably the one that I'm the most excited about. So anyone who's been following, my channel or any of my social media stuff will know that I am super obsessed with V.E. Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic series. I read the first one in January, the second one in February, and then obviously I needed to read the third one in March. So I have A Conjuring of Light by V.E. Schwab, which is the finale to A Darker Shade of Magic series. I could not be more thrilled to own this. I was gonna put it off, and I was like, you know what? A Gathering of Shadows was like aces. I don't mind waiting a few months to read a Conjuring of Light, but I kept seeing that you could get a signed copy if you pre-order it, so I got it signed. Oh, I'm so excited to have this. Thrilled. I haven't started it yet. It's a little daunting. It's real big. And when I finish this, I'm gonna be super proud of myself because I kept telling you guys I don't read series. I read standalone. So when I finish this, I could say that this is like the first trilogy series that I finished in a long time. So this is definitely on the top of my TBR for March. So freaking excited. So next I have a book that I picked up to buddy read with a friend. So that is Love Letters to the Dead by Ava DeLaria. I bought this in, I think, early February. This girl basically has an English project where she has to write a not a love letter, she just has to write a letter to a dead person, and she just writes them to all of the dead people, and kind of, it's a way for her to like cope because her sister's passed away. It's a way for her to kind of deal with some of her grief and anxiety and about things that are going on, and it's all told in letter format, which is honestly a little hard for me to get into, but I'm not very far through, so I'm excited to keep going and see how it goes. Then I have The Vacationers by Emma Straub. I picked this up at Barnes & Noble the same day I picked up Love Letters to the Dead. I bought it because it was in their clearance bin for like $6, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'm into that. I'm a sucker for like a contemporary about like vacations, and this one takes place in Malarica, and it has a really cool base to it. So yeah, I was super excited to pick this one up. So basically it's just about a family that goes on vacation to Malarica, and they're trying to kind of put all their drama aside so they can enjoy their vacay, but basically it's about that following them and their daughter, and then the parents having some issues while they're trying to enjoy their little getaway. So it promises to be very dramatic and fun and thought-provoking, and yeah, I'm so into it. I was sold by the cover. I thought this cover was really pretty and cool. Thinking about reading this probably sometime closer to the summer, get some warmer weather on. I think it would be a perfect backdrop for that, so yeah. Next up are the two books I got from the library. So the first one that I picked up was The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. So obviously I'm gonna finish the Shades of Magic series, right? So now I'm gonna just read all of the series. I picked this one up because I'd heard from a lot of people that this was a really great one to get into, to pick up. So saw it first at my library in audiobook form. So, you guys know, audiobooks all the way. So I tried to listen to this in audiobook form. So word to the wise, to anyone who wants to start up The Raven Boys, don't try the audiobook because it is an older man's voice, which kind of translates to all the guys, POVs, but Blue, who is like one of the main characters, is a young female, and that narrator does not match at all. And it's hard to listen to, and I actually am having a hard time reading it now because I keep hearing that weird like man's voice that does not match, does not compute. So, but I'm gonna give it a go because it is very interesting so far. It's like a paranormal series. It's about this girl Blue who her whole life she's told that when she kisses her true love, he's going to die. So she kind of swears off love. She's not really into it at all. And then, you know, chaos ensues. It kicks off really quickly in the beginning, and I was really interested in the story, but it was the audiobook that just made me turn it off. So I was happy to get it in physical format. I'm going to give it another try. I'm not super far in, you know, think of, you know, just a little chunk. So yeah, I'm excited to continue on, and hey, maybe this will be the second series that I finish in 2017, and yes, I'm excited about that. Okay, so to anyone who has been watching some of my videos that I've been posting in February, you know that I've been kind of crapping all over ACOTAR for a little bit. Sorry, not sorry. I read it a couple weeks ago, really wasn't into it at all. I gave it 2 stars on Goodreads. I reviewed it on my blog. I'll post a link to my blog below if you want to read the full review of why I didn't like ACOTAR so much. But I kept hearing that ACOMAF, which is, you know, the sequel, A Court of Mist and Fury, was amazing, and that it was like a Hades and Persephone retelling. So I feel like such a hypocrite. I spent so much time telling everyone how much I didn't like ACOTAR, and then I'm like, you know what? Court of Mist and Fury, I'm ready, let's go. But anyway, yeah, so like I've said a million times, I didn't hate everything about ACOTAR. I did quite enjoy the characters, so I am interested to continue on and hear some more about my boy Rhysand and some more about Feyre and Lucian. So yeah, I'm excited to pick this up. So this is the last book I have before all of my book outlet Scratch and Tear section of the video. This is a book that I have talked about in a couple other videos. I read it and then I made my fiance read it, and we both were super obsessed. So we had an Amazon gift card and we were like, what should we get with it? We both kind of agreed it's got to be Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. This is the book that made me kind of give over and be like, yeah, Kirsty, you really do like sci-fi. You really do. It's basically about a contest that this video game designer creates after he dies. He doesn't have an heir to his video game empire, so he creates this Easter egg, and whoever uncovers the Easter egg gets his billions and billions of dollars, and it's super good, chock full of like 80s and like John Hughes references and all these like nerdy things, and I just love it, and I'm so happy to have it for my collection. So this is the first book I got from Book Outlet for the Scratch and Tear section, and honestly, it's in super wonderful condition. I actually couldn't even find anything wrong with it, even being like super nitpicky about it. There's nothing wrong with We Were Liars, and there's nothing wrong with We Were Liars, the book, either, because I've already read this, and this is Aces. I flipping love We Were Liars, and I saw it on Book Outlet, and I saw that it was like $4, and I was like, I need it, I need it. Basically, it's about this girl named Cadence Sinclair, who her family is very rich, and they own their own private island in Massachusetts, and it's about like her summers in Massachusetts, and there was a big accident that she doesn't really remember, and she goes back to the island and everything's different, but she doesn't know why it's different because she doesn't understand. She can't put the pieces together because her memory is clouded. I keep raising the rating because I wasn't such a huge fan of the end. I originally rated it a 4, and then I raised it to like a 4.5, and now I'm just like, I'm rereading this, so I'm like, maybe it's 5 stars. I don't know, I'm so confused. But no, in general, this book is wonderful, and you should read it if you have not. Alright, so the next book is 1,000 Pieces of You by Claudia Gray. Oh my gosh, this book is wonderful. This is the only other book that I bought from Book Outlet that I've already read, but this is so fantastic. Basically, it's about this girl named Marguerite. Her parents are like world-renowned scientists, and they basically create a way for you to like go through parallel universes. So her father dies unexpectedly. He's murdered, and they think it's this guy named Paul Markov. So he takes the Firebird, which can bring you to the different parallel universes. You got me? So he takes that and runs off to another parallel world, and Marguerite's like, oh no, you just killed my dad, you're not getting away. So she takes the prototype along with this other guy, Theo, who works for her parents, and they literally are jumping through worlds to try to capture the guy who killed her father. This is action-packed, fantastic. Page 1, you're like already like going, you're like on the run. So good. I haven't read the rest of the series yet, but I just wanted to pick up the first one because it was on Book Outlet, so I was like, yeah, let's get it now. The damage with this one is, I don't know if you can't really even see it. if I go like this, you can. It's like a little wrinkled. Literally the only thing wrong with this. It's in perfect condition. So next I have Side Effects May Vary by Julie Murphy. I was hesitant to pick this up because I tried to read Dumplin' by Julie Murphy earlier in this year. Or maybe it was last year, late last year. I don't know, I tried to read it and I didn't really like it. So I was like, am I gonna like Side Effects May Vary? But the story, the plot really made me want to buy it, and the price, because I think it was like $2. But yeah, so it's about this girl who, she has leukemia and she creates this list. So all of these crazy like bucket list items, like get revenge on your ex, tell these people off. She does all these crazy things, and then she does them all with her friend Howard, and then she finds out that she's in remission and she has to deal with all these repercussions of these crazy things that she's done. And you guys know this by now, that I am a huge contemporary fan, and this just sounded like such a solid contemporary idea. I'm on board with it. I'm super excited, and I'm really, really ready to pick this one up. I think this sounds amazing. Okay, next I have Suicide Notes from Beautiful Girls, and that is by Lynn Weingarten. So I picked this one up. I almost kind of like cover bought this because I think it was like $1. And the damage to this one, if you can tell, it's this flipped up. Yeah, I know, it's totally unsellable. It's horrific, right? I lucked out so hardcore. None of these books are in bad condition at all. It's about this young girl who commits suicide and her friend who doesn't believe that she did, so she tries to like figure out the mystery, like what's going on, and she tries to like uncover what really happened to her friend. I haven't heard of anyone who read this, so if you've read this, let me know in the comments below if you liked it or not, but I was just very intrigued. So, okay, I have 2 books left, you guys. Hang in there with me. So next I have Go Ask Alice by Anonymous, which this was a book that was famous for a long time. It was written in 1967, I believe. It's just about this diary of this young girl's descent into drug use. I picked it up because I had heard a friend talking about it. I was interested to seeing what all the hubbub was about, so I picked it up. I'm excited to pick this up. It's pretty short. I think it's a little over 200 pages, and the scratch and dent element of this is, you can kind of see it, that the cover is cut just like a sliver too much. There's like a little white, you can see the first page, so yeah, that's all. That's all that's wrong with this book. The last book I have is The Wrath and the Dawn by Renee Hadid. I am so excited to read this. I've heard a lot of buzz about this on BookTube. The cover is stunning, and I was so afraid that the dust jacket wasn't going to be on there because of the scratch and dent thing, but again, this is in perfect condition, except for there's like a little like crack right here, but who cares? I don't care. The story is about a young king who every night decides that he's going to take a new bride, and by every morning the bride has died. He strangles them and kills them. So the best friend of our main character is killed this way, so she decides that she's going to become the next bride, uncover the mystery, and seek revenge for her friend's death. So, seems super interesting. I heard a lot about it. I've heard that the sequel isn't so great, but, you know, let's tackle one thing at a time. So that is it, everyone. That is my major book outlet scratch and dent haul, and all the other books that I have, just all of the books. Hope you guys enjoyed that haul. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. I make new videos every Monday. Please comment down below. Let me know if you've read any of those books and what you think about them. So, and as always, you can follow me on all the social medias. I have Tumblr, Twitter, Instagram, and Goodreads. I'm Kirsty the Worsty on all of them, except for Twitter. I'm just Kirsty the Worst. Alright guys, have a wonderful rest of your week. Bye!